Well, hello everybody. This is the Comedy Thief. We steal every single thing you're going to see on this video. And beside me is a famous surgeon with warm hands, Dr. Fatpacker. Say hi to our crowds there, Doctor.
Oh, I thought you were talking about homeless Charlie. I'm sorry, Doctor. Yes, Doctor. I got that's in my name, Doctor. Hello, everybody.
Do you have warm hands? That's a big question.
I try to warm them up before the operation. I
Well,
go in and I
it's a beautiful
go like
thing.
that. I
Beautiful
put them
thing.
under hot water and everything.
Homeless Charlie wearing the wig he found in a dumpster in Allentown, PA. Say hi to everybody there, homeless.
Well, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
We do thank everybody for joining us. This is really funny stuff. Now, if you don't laugh at our jokes, you can't come back. Okay?
Well, there you go.
I have an itchy nose, excuse me. The topic for today is women's boobs. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Now, don't turn off the video. It's PG or G at the latest. But anyway, I mean, you're a medical man here, doctor. Why do you think men are so fascinated by women's boobs?
Well, the first off is they're in your face all the time. Well, if you're too short, perhaps.
And homeless Charlie, any idea why men are so fascinated? I mean, you're talking it's fatty tissue. What do you think?
Well, whenever I meet a new girl or woman, I try to find out something about her and I try to look into her heart. But when I do that, unfortunately, her boobs get in the way.
There
They
you are.
do get in the way. Yes. Remember I said that it's just fatty tissue?
Yes, you did.
But that was a rock group from the 60s. You remember them? The Fatty Tissues?
Barely. I think they only had one hit.
I remember Fatty Arbuckle.
Oh, no, they had two hits. But that's
I
another
heard they
story.
travel in pairs.
Yeah, Lord. We're done. There'll be no more boob talk. Dr. Fatpacker, give us something G-rated, and it's all yours.
I feel so bad about that. Now, I'm going to tell you about some of my patients. They were just coming in with all these crazy things, and all I do is try to get them out of there as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I had one lady come in and she goes, Doctor, then I dream, and I don't know why she came to me with this, but she says, I dream of teepees and wigwams and teepees and wigwams.
Wow.
And I told her, well, you're too tense.
2 tenths. Get it, folks.
There you go. The
2
next person
tenths.
came in and she goes, I just swallowed a roll of film. And I said, well, come back tomorrow and we'll see what develops.
You're talking corn pone.
There you go.
What is corn pone? Is that something to eat?
Well, if you're in the woods and on a farm, it's all different than that.
Well, I think we're going to move on. Homeless Charlie, what do you got down there?
Well,
that is not a good place to start.
the lady at the art gallery, she gave me a cell phone for Christmas. So if you message me and I read it and I don't respond, I'm not ignoring you. I just saw something shiny. Then I forgot you messaged.
Distracted. When you're in your 80s, these things do happen, right?
Well, shiny is good.
Sparkly works too. Anyway, in an earlier video, we were talking about eggnog, and I am so excited about eggnog that I opened a eggnog processing company. I'm running it.
Good for you.
And we just came up with an advertising slogan. It's called Eggnog When Eating a Lot of Junk Food Just Isn't Enough. That's the slogan.
Oh, dear.
I'm done.
I
You
was
don't like it? Well, up yours.
looking for
And the
eggnog.
horse you rode in on. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay, fine. That's good. I could go now. So I had a woman come in the other day with a seemingly incurable case of the hiccups. Well, I was really busy, so I sent her down to one of the new doctors But after about 4 minutes in the examination room, she burst out screaming and ran down the hall.
Oh,
Well, I stopped her and I asked her what the problem was, and she said, and she explained it to me. Well, and then I had her sit down in my office. I said, just sit here and relax. I went down to the first doctor and I said, what's the matter with you? Mrs. Terry's 63 years old. She has 4 grown children and 7 grandchildren. You told her she was pregnant. And the new doctor smiled and said, well, cured her hiccups, didn't I?
cured her hiccups. Well, that was a beautiful strategy. It was just great. Homeless Charlie.
Well, here's a quickie. I found something out when I was shopping for Christmas. Number 1, you have plenty of time. Number 2, oh shit.
So much for plenty of time. Well, back in my earlier days, you guys might remember I worked in a restaurant as a waiter.
Yeah.
And a little bit of reminiscing here. They used to have these little tiny sugar cubes. Remember?
Yes.
Sugar
Sure.
cubes? I don't know if they still make them or not, but they used to back then, and we had them in the restaurant. Well, after that, when I got out of college, I worked with, I was in the medical field. You probably don't know this, Doc, but for just a short time, I treated patients with who were constipated. And I gave them X-Lax, and I said, is everything okay? And they said, yes. And I said, 1 lump or 2? That was a long joke for a corny punchline. Go ahead, Doc.
My goodness, the things you're saying here today, I'm just worried about you. I really am. We had somebody come in the other day, and my receptionist says, well, the doctor is so funny, he'll have you in stitches. He said, well, I hope not. I only came in for a checkup.
That's right. Gosh darn it, you got to be so careful. Probably
That's
ran
right.
out of your office, didn't he?
Yeah.
Homeless Charlie.
Well, you know, the fact that jellyfish have survived for 650 million years, despite not having brains, is great news for our politicians.
Great news for our politicians.
Yeah,
Well-
right.
There has been a recent COVID study, everybody.
Ooh.
And it turns out the bottom line on the study results is that women who gain a little weight during this COVID period live longer than men who mention it.
Yeah. That would be right. Yeah.
That's what they
great.
do. Dr. Patpacker, go ahead.
Well, I had this lady come in the other day and I was telling her about her husband because he was in and had an examination. So I wanted to explain to her. I said, your husband needs rest and peace. So here are some sleeping pills. And she said to me, well, then should I give them to him? And I said, no, they're for you.
Oh, he had this. No wonder. I like that. That's good. That works. Homeless
Thank you. That
Charlie.
was almost a real laugh. That was good.
Yes.
Well, I was talking about bowling before, but staying in the sports area, life, I found out, should be more like hockey. Because when someone pisses you off, you just beat the shit out of them, and then you sit in a penalty box for 5 minutes.
And you're out. Boy, that's a beautiful thing. Well, I went into an office building the other day, and there was a sign on the door that said you can only congregate in no more than 6 people. Well, who walked in after me but the 7 dwarfs? And one of them
One of them wasn't happy.
Exactly. Oh,
There you go. That was nice.
go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Wonderful. That's
Here's thank you for laughing at my joke, Doc. Here's the $20 I owe you. Here.
yeah, that's okay.
There you go.
Hey, so this other lady comes in and she says, Doctor, I think I'm a bell. And I said, well, here, take these, and if it's not better soon, give me a ring.
Oh. Do you have a second one?
The lady, yes, this man walks in. He goes, "Doctor, I think I'm suffering from deja vu." When I said, "Didn't I see you yesterday?"
Oh, deja vu. Is that a
Oh.
mustard? That's a mustard, isn't it?
I think so.
Homeless Charlie.
Well, here's a question for the doc.
Ooh,
What happens after you die?
Hello?
usually it's stuffed and mounted.
That's one thing, but there's lots of things that happen after you die. They just
Yeah.
don't include you.
That's right. Of course not. Absolutely not. You know, it's lonely out there. I got a new job, guys.
Oh, yeah, that's as Lowe's.
Well, it seems that every week I get a new job. I just can't hold a job, but I got a job now at in a library at the checkout, right? So this fellow comes over and he wants to check out a book, and I looked at the book, and it's the book title was How to Commit Suicide, and he says, "I'd like to check this out." I said, "Absolutely not," and he said, "Why?" I said, "Because you'll never bring it back, Dumbo, Dumbo." Okay,
Good point.
Dr. Fatpacker, last one, quick one.
Okay, this woman goes into labor with her child, and I told her husband, I said, "We've invented a new device that transfers the pain of the child to the father." So I asked him, "Is it okay if we use the new device?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure." So I turned the pain up to 10% for the father.
Yeah.
And he says he feels nothing.
Oh,
When I bumped it up to 20%, he still feels nothing.
oh,
So I kept doing this all the way up to 100%, and he still felt nothing. Well, they were so happy about this. They went home and they found the milkman dead on the doorstep.
like that is surprising and shocking. Last one, Charlie.
Well, here's a hint financially.
Yeah,
If you get a loan at a bank,
yeah,
you're paying it back for 30 years.
yeah.
But if you rob a bank, you'll be out in 10 years. Follow me for more financial advice.
There you go. I like it.
That's wonderful financial advice. Well, you both of you guys have heard the expression, "I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole."
Yeah.
How were we to know that would become a national policy? But here we are. Here we are.
Yeah. Too
So
bad.
anyway, hold it. I gotta blow my nose again.
4
Oh,
feet
please.
short.
Hey, Charlie, you
Yeah,
know what they call a quickie in the snow?
Ooh, burr.
No, a coolie.
A cool.
All right. Hey, we're running over. We're running over.
Oh my
Anyway,
goodness.
where was I? Oh yeah, this is the Comedy Thief, and we have a new feature that every time we do a video, we invite a very famous person to guest on our video. And so, Homeless Charlie, I forgot who are we inviting to be on Funny Old Guys?
This week it's going to be Judge Judy.
Yeah, and that's right. Judge Judy is going to be invited to be on our show, our next video.
Or last name, maybe you do.
Do you,
Is the
Her
first
la-
name Judge?
her last name? No, her first name is Judy. Her last
Oh.
name is Judy, and her middle name is Judy. Perhaps you heard of her?
Oh yeah, yeah. Cary Grant used to mention her all the time.
Exactly. Her last name is actually Judy Shinden, and she's a multimillionaire, but unfortunately she's married.
Finally.
So anyway, we're going to say goodbye. We'll see you guys next time. We want you to subscribe below to all our videos, and we'd really love to have you do that and follow us. Say goodbye to our crowds there, Doc.
Well, take care. Auf Wiedersehen. Yeah, tschüss, ne?
I wish you would speak English from now on. Anyway, Homeless Charlie, say goodbye to our adoring crowds.
Hey, well, goodbye. And also, I want to thank Medicare for sending me a $50 card for $50 to buy groceries at Giant Eagle. How good is that?
Hey,
Wow.
Charlie,
That's a Glauben.
no commercials or self-promotions are allowed
that's-
on our video.
That's 2 weeks of lunch.
Hey, put a cork in it, Charlie. Okay, we're done. Everybody wave and say goodbye to our crowds. Goodbye,
Yes.
goodbye, goodbye.